I will tell you a story about this stunning pirate town in Croatia called Omiš and show you its best things to do and its gorgeous beaches that are among the best in the Adriatic. This coastal town was once home of the most powerful and fearsome pirates of the Adriatic, but is nowadays often overlooked. That is why Omiš is somewhat of a hidden gem. It is unmatched by any other Croatian coastal town as it sits under a spectacular mountain broken by a striking river canyon. I'm a tour guide and I'm excited to show you around Omiš, Croatia. A spectacular and strategic spot where the Cetina river breaks the mountains and meets the Adriatic Sea is occupied by the town with turbulent and impressive history. The houses of the old town are tightly nestled right under the impressive rugged mountain that provided protection over the centuries. Town was home of the pirates who used special ships built for attack and fast retrieval into the mouth of the Cetina river, protected by the mountains covered with fortresses. For more than 3 centuries, Omiš pirates were plundering vessels on the Adriatic, and even powerful alliances that included the Pope, Venice, Split and Dubrovnik couldn't stop them. But in 1444, Venetians finally captured Omiš and ended pirate raids. Venetians remained here for the next 3 centuries and fortified the city with defensive walls. During the Venetian rule, the old town got its current appearance. Its narrow stone-paved streets are perfect for wandering. They are lined with old stone houses, built close to each other to provide shade even on hot summer days. Restaurants spread their tables around, creating a lively and vibrant atmosphere. In the heart of the old town is a parish church of St. Michael from the 1600s. Its simple exterior is decorated with a beautiful portal carved from bright stone and a rosetta window above it. The church doors are often open, so you can get in and admire its interior, created by a single nave with a high vaulted ceiling and a gilded high altar dedicated to the Blessed Sacrament. Interior also hosts several beautiful side altars, and one of them is dedicated to St. Michael Archangel, the patron of the church. Venetian rule ended when Napoleon Bonaparte showed up with his French army in 1797. But French rule was short-lived, as few years later Napoleon was defeated, and for the next century Omiš became part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. But the First World War ended Austrian rule and Omiš went through 2 Yugoslav states, and in 1991 finally concluded its turbulent history by becoming part of the independent Croatia. Town developed into a summer holiday destination and is known for its traditional Dalmatian music festival of a cappella known as Klapa. Above the old town rises an impressive mountain with several fortresses that has successfully protected Omiš over the centuries. The closest to the old town is also the oldest fortress, built in the 1200s. It is known as Mirabella or Peovica and can be reached in about 10 minutes by following the signs and climbing up the stairs. There is an entrance fee, but be aware that the access to the top of the tower is narrow and steep and requires a certain level of fitness. But your efforts will be rewarded with great views of the old town, the sea and the river that flows from the canyon. Fortress was built by the pirates who used it as a reliable hideout when they retreated into the safety of the Cetina Gorge. But the fortress outlasted the pirates as it was also successfully defending the city in the Venetian times. At the time, Ottomans posed the biggest threat to the city. A legend from the 1500s describes one of the Ottoman attempts to conquer Omiš. When the Ottoman army got closer to the town, people took shelter in the fortress. They used its strategic location with excellent acoustics and started shouting at the attackers. Their cries resounded from the mountains and the canyon as coming from a crowd 10 times larger than in reality, which caused the Ottomans to retreat. But Ottomans also had to fear a much more impressive fortress that sits on the very top of the mountain and offers the most spectacular view. Starigrad fortress, also known as Fortica, was built as a primary lookout point by the Venetians as part of the defense system against the Ottoman Empire. A beautiful view is covering the islands of Brač, Hvar and Šolta, as well as the Cetina River Canyon. Besides being an excellent observation post, the fortress was also intended as a safe hideout for the citizens. This fort, together with Mirabella fortress and the town walls, prevented Ottomans from ever conquering the town. At the fortress there are no visitor facilities, but there is an entrance fee used for its preservation. There are 3 ways to reach the fortress. Climbers should try ferrata, while regular hikers can choose between easy and hard trails. The easy ones start just behind the old town with steps, while the hard one starts on the other side of the tunnel at a parking lot along the river. In both cases, it will take you about 45 minutes to reach the top, but my oh my, it's gonna be worth it. From the fortress, you can clearly see another impressive landmark of Omiš, the mouth of the Cetina river and its picturesque river canyon with many opportunities for active holiday like rock climbing, hiking, ziplining and river rafting. But if you prefer a more relaxing way to explore the canyon, you can do a simple boat trip. You can find boats offering various tours along both banks of the river, running daily from 9 AM to 7 PM. Relaxing river cruise usually lasts about 2 hours as it takes you up the river where you can admire its unspoiled flora and fauna. Beautiful Canyon was used as a filming location for the 1963 movie Vinnetou. Recently, the canyon got an impressive 216 meters or 708 feet long road bridge. It hangs 70 meters or 230 feet above the river and connects 2 tunnels. The newly built road will help alleviate traffic during the summer tourist season, as the river also created the main reason why tourists jam Omiš in summer. Through millennia, Cetina deposited a lot of fine sand around the coast, creating beautiful beaches. And right in front of the old town is one of the most popular and longest sandy beaches known as Punta or Velika Plaza, that translates to large beach. Beautiful sandy beach offers plenty of space and is great for swimming and relaxing. It very gently slopes towards the sea, and its sandy sea bottom and shallow waters are great for small children. Beach offers several bars and various options to rent parasols, deck chairs and gear for water sports. Other facilities include showers, toilets, changing rooms, lifeguards and a playground. On the other side of the mouth of the Cetina river is another long sandy beach called Galeb or Seagull. It is part of the campsite with the same name, but can easily be visited also by non-campers. This beautiful sandy beach enchants with a picturesque backdrop, bright sand and great sea colors. The small surrounding trees on the beach provide some shade. This beach is also gently sloping and therefore the perfect place for families with small children. Where the Galeb campsite ends begins a settlement known as Duce. Along its entire length, the settlement offers a series of several stunning sandy beaches. The sea is mostly gently sloping and is perfect for families with small children. On the beaches there are plenty of good restaurants and bars, and the settlement provides several accommodation options. Especially beautiful is the beach at the Shuko Beach Bar, considered by many to be one of the most beautiful around Omiš. On the other side of Omiš, just a 15-minute walk from the old town, is a settlement of Brzet with a picturesque beach. Brzet is a pebble beach with the most beautiful blue watercolors, perfect for swimming and snorkeling. As the beach is facing west, you can always enjoy bathing in the sea with a fantastic view of the high mountains. Beach is equipped with basic facilities like showers and changing rooms, and along the bay you can find several restaurants and beach bars where you can relax on deck chairs. You will also easily find several options to park your car just above the beach. But if you're looking for a more intimate beach, go to Luka, a small resort around a beautiful bay with stunning sea colors. Simple 2-star resort has a small 5-star beach made from 2 parts. First part is a narrow fine pebble beach with nearby pine trees providing some natural shade. Above it is conveniently located restaurant with toilets and showers. It appears as the beach ends with a small concrete pier, but from the pier starts the second part of the beach. A narrow path leads to a more secret part of the beach. This part is wider and more unspoiled. There are more pine trees stretching over the beach and providing great shade. Here, fine pebbles mix with rocks, thus creating a magical atmosphere. Besides the history, beaches, mountains and canyon, Omiš is also a great starting point for exploring the rest of Croatian coast, as it sits between the main Croatian ferry port city of Split and the popular holiday region of Makarska. If you want to check these places, click on my playlist at the end of this video. Also check the description below, where you'll find my favorite experiences from this region. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. My name is Rock, thanks for the thumbs up and for watching, and see you next time.